Why, hello YouTube. Welcome back. This is Balor Mage again, and today's video is just a proof of concept. I don't have this build sorted out yet. In fact, we just leveled it today, and it's got some interesting things going on. In the background, you can see a Spark character. Spark is cool. Everybody loves Spark, but a little bit weak right now. However, what we're doing is some good old-fashioned self-cursed temp chains using the Shackles of the Wretched, which is a very old school thing, but we're using it to stack the duration of shrines. Because we're stacking the duration of shrines, we're obviously going to use a gull and a blunderbore. That's not the interesting part. The interesting part is the new staff enchant, gain a random shrine buff every 10 seconds. These shrine buffs seems to last about 30 seconds on me, and we get one every 10. So we're running 3 extra shrine buffs at all times right now, just in the version I have right here. So let's jump in game and we'll show you. Now, important, this is just a proof of concept idea. I do not have it all sorted out yet. It is not in a state where I would call it a build guide. I will still have a path of building, but there is in no way, this is in no way a time to copy it. This is a proof of concept of the idea. This is me playing around with it and figuring out how to get it to work. So we're doing Spark. We've got Void Sparks. It's not that impressive on its own, but we have a staff here. But a few things going on. One, lets us spend energy shield before mana for the socketed skills. That's fantastic because the mana cost of Spark is 106, and I don't know how we would ever get enough mana for that. Then we have Shackles of the Wretch. Right now I am self-casting Temporal Chains to curse myself. That lasts quite a while. I'm doing it with Life Tap. That lasts quite a long time, but the main reason we're doing it ourselves is for... Where are you, buddy? Oh, I hope I have it in my build, otherwise we're in trouble. Okay, there we go. Balance of Terror. Action speed cannot be modified below base value if you've cast Temporal Chains in the last 10 seconds. As far as I can tell, that seems to be scaling with the effect on me as well anyway. So I do not have to cast that very often. I'm probably casting it roughly every 15 to 20 seconds. All that happens is whenever I see my first group of mobs, we hit temp chains on them, we're temp chainsed. But because we've cast it recently, we still run around at full speed. You'll know when it hits because you will slow down. But honestly, by the time that happens, you've probably got a speed shrine anyway. You can see me gathering shrines up here. We got a replenishing shrine to start with. We hit that temp chains again. Oh, we've got a brutal shrine that was over there. They don't always come in order. There's a diamond shrine. They don't always jump to the end there, so it's a little hard to tell. But on top of that, we get our gull shrines. And then on top of oh, there's a speedy one. Whenever we get the speedy ones, it works really well. So that gets mixed with our Atlas for extra shrine duration. These all count. Extra shrine effects, these all count. Plus we've got shrines themselves on the Atlas, although we shouldn't need them ideally. So that's what's going on and how it works. We've also got, what is it? The gull gives you, well, our gull's corrupted. It only gives me 72% increased effect. That rolls up to 75. The gull also gives you 75% of the effect of shrines on you. So between all of those, the shrine buffs that come from here are ridiculous. That means if we can maintain our shrines by cursing ourselves enough, we'll have 100% crit. We'll have the defense shrine up. We'll have res and max res shrine up. The gloom shrine pops up there sometimes as well, although that one doesn't seem as common, but I have only been playing it in maps for about an hour and a half, so not 100% sure about everything that's going on with them yet. Good news, it doesn't proc it in your hideout at all. So that's fantastic. Bad news is we needed ways to extend things. So self-curse temp chains is one. Solstice Vigil is another. That gives you that Shaper's Presence, which is the old school thing we had. Affects Shaper's presence causes effects on you and nearby allies to expire 20% slower. That's great. Love that. We've also gone with the, and I don't know how to pronounce this, Penumbra ring. Nailed it. In the right hand ring socket, 30% increased effects of curses on you. And then we've done it with the mirror ring there. So it's got 51% increased effect of curses on you. So that's 50, 60, 70, 80% increased effect of curses on me. I've got another 51 over here. Bad news is we lose 10 mana per enemy killed. So I have had to, instead of worrying about what I was going to do, where I was going to get more enlightens and have enough mana to cast all my extra things, I'm just going to life tap anything that's extra and not worry about it. And over here we did end up with negative 48 cold when we reflected this ring, which is a little awkward. So it became not cold res capped. Honestly, we're just going to leave that. The moment you get a res shrine, you're well over cap anyway, so that doesn't matter. Don't pay too much attention to our flasks. These are all flasks that I can wear at level 44. These are Mage Blood leveling flasks. I have not redone them. Don't pay much attention to the rest of the build, to be honest. What I'm mostly interested in is scaling these shrines. Now, the template here for scaling these shrines can be done with anything you can wear a staff for. That is not limited to spells. There are attack builds floating around that are using the same sort of tech. So I'm hoping to make Spark work with it. I'm also open to suggestions and ideas and trees, and I'm just excited to get this working. This is a proof of concept. Hopefully in a day or two, we have a really good version of this running. That would be perfectly ideal. All right. That is all I have. I will see everybody next time. Goodbye.